Hello there, everyone. I am your chief slop operator, supreme misfit professional dipshit, ETTemplar, and we're going to be figuring out what this is together, shall we? Gaming controversy. Epic Games faces backlash over voice controversy. I think this has to do with Fortnite. I used to play it. I don't really play it anymore, but let's figure out what this shit is about together. A growing coalition of players is pushing back against Epic Games' controversial voice usage policy, marking a significant conflict in the gaming community. Not really, I could really give two shits. Users are voicing concerns about consent and implications for the industry following the company's recent actions. Background context: the fallout. Epic Games is currently under scrutiny for reporting using iconic voice work without proper consent. A well-known player remarked, "Are you dumb? Vader's voice consented to this?" Emphasizing widespread disbelief surrounding this choice. Many worry this decision affects deeper issues within the company's practices. First off, Vader's a fictional fucking character. If you're referring to Earl Jones, I can see how that's an issue, but we're talking about fictional character here. So who really gives a fuck? I mean, it could be an issue if you're related to James Earl Jones, but if this was anyone else's voices being used, if this was the average Timmy, I don't think anyone would give a shit, but let's continue. Key concerns raised. Key themes, excuse me, I can't read, I'm having a stroke. Key themes have emerged among players regarding the policy. Consent issues. A significant number of people are troubled by the ethical conclusions raised by using voices posthumously. One commenter reported, "If Epic sets the standard of having stolen voices, it would be a nightmare for this medium." People are dead. I'm using my own context here. If I die and Epic uses my voice for whatever fucking reason, I'm gonna have bigger problems to like be concerned about because I'm fucking dead too. I'm probably burning in hell. So I'm not gonna give a shit if a company uses my voice. But I can see where this is an issue because a corporation doesn't have the right to just blatantly use people's voices. I can see where they're coming from with this, especially with beloved characters like James Earl Jones, right? I can see that. And people are complaining about this when they have corporations literally buying politicians in our Senate. So this kind of, to me, is kind of like pick and choose what the fuck your issues is. Regardless, there's bigger concerns. Like, I'm more concerned about Google and Palantir being able to surveil us without due process. I'm concerned about Palantir collecting all of our fucking data to build a database on us, okay? That's what I'm concerned about. I don't really care if some shitty video game uses someone else's voice for content. I really don't, because on the scale of, like, realistic issues versus, like, not really issues, you know, let's keep going. Industry precedent. Users are concerned that Epic's example could lead to normalized exploitation in the future. Gaming developments, creating a slippery slope. This is coming from people who Discord is literally owned by China, that's taking your voice and chat information and sending it to China. These same people complaining about this are the same ones who Google takes all their information. We've already talked about Palantir hoarding everyone's information, building databases on people. So again, this is just funny to me how people... it's like, what? Anyways, let's not get all Alex Jones here, but impact on workforce. Some players express anxiety over the treatment of industry employees, with comments like, "They are preying on people like you and me to give them a right in court to treat them even worse," highlighting fears of deteriorating labor conditions. I mean, isn't AI already taking everyone's jobs? I mean, 10 to 20 years ago, they were telling people learn how to code. Well, now AI has taken that job and is taking those jobs. And AI is probably going to be taking more jobs in the future. And again, it's just funny how this person says they're concerned about voice actors. We're already in a dystopian hellhole. And it can't get any worse, but it's probably going to get way worse. Voices of concern. Public sentiment remains largely negative as many express criticism towards the company's rationale. And the people who are complaining about this feed this company, if not millions of dollars a year for buying skins. So the people who are concerned about Epic exploiting people's voices posthumously are buying skins, are buying battle passes, and buying like add-on content. So if you're concerned, but yet you're buying skins and battle passes, you're feeding this beast, this machine that is gonna take over people's voices and use people's voices posthumously, right? You're the problem because you're feeding the monster. Okay, if you buy every battle pass and every skin, every stupid Fortnite dance, you're kind of funding this monster. But anyways, leads towards disapproval. Gamers are also speaking out against the rising influence of AI in the industry. One comment underscored this trend asserting AI is the only way NPCs can have a full-on conversation about something completely random with the player. Others warned that if AI could replace human work, it may dismantle the job security gaming sector. If it hasn't been replaced by H-1B labor from China and India already, you can damn well bet that AI is going to replace those dumbasses too in time. Everything can be replaced with AI. It's scary. I'd be worried if I worked for Epic right now. It's not just Epic, bud. Whoever wrote this article is going to be replaced by AI soon. But then again, like we've been saying, people keep feeding Epic. They buy the battle pass, they buy the skins, they buy the stupid Fortnite dances. So they're the one feeding into this machine, and it kind of I don't see the sense in complaining about it if you're openly powering this corporation by your money. Key takeaways. Most players condemn practices lacking consent, growing calls for accountability in voice usage. The lawsuit is 100% deserved. I guess there's a lawsuit. As Backlash intensifies, here's speculation about Epic Games facing legal consequences if it fails to reform voice usage policy. This uproar has pushed players to demand a commitment to respecting consent, with around 70% advocating such changes. Basically, this corporation is going to tell the people who signed this and to commitment to replacing consent with 70% around for such changes. Epic is going to tell you to eat their ass because they're making tons of money, and because the money they've already made off your dumbasses, they can afford high-powered attorneys that will literally eat and consume anyone else you throw at them. Again, so this is funny how people are pointing out the issue of Epic using people's voices and the legal issues of AI and people using voices or other people's voices. But yet, again, we're circling back to you're the one buying all the battle passes, skins, and Fortnite dances to fund their lawyers and to fund this corporation from legally raping dead people's voices, let's be honest. Industry at a crossroads. Interestingly, the outcry mirrors past controversies in other entertainment sectors, as the music sampling debates of the late 90s reshaped the industry norms regarding artist rights and collaboration. This situation in gaming could drive a movement toward clear consent laws, potentially transforming the industry. Standards for voice work over time, no, it won't. Basically, if you guys don't know, money is king in this universe, and if a corporation that you're feeding with literally hundreds, thousands, or even millions of dollars a year, they're quite literally gonna rape you legally. Industry insiders suggest that developers may begin coordinating efforts and standardizing consent practices. No, they won't, because why should they? Unless if you guys, the people who play Fortnite or support Epic, stop playing the game, turn it off. But I doubt that. With updates expected in coming months as players remain vigilant regarding Epic's future actions, the broader implications of this policy continue to spark heated debates. And yeah, it's a mega corporation. Epic Again, I don't know how much they make, but I'm pretty sure they make quite a hefty penny off battle passes, skins, and Fortnite dances. And nothing's going to stop them. If they're going to use people's voices posthumously and not pay voice actors, they're going to do that. And basically, we're headed toward a dystopian future because people aren't going to have the self-control to stop playing Fortnite, to stop supporting Epic. And that's just how it is. And yeah, you can make a big stink about it, but until you're a multi-billionaire and you can actually hire your own lawyers, then you could do something about it. But again, to kind of black pill everyone at the end of this video is cash is king. If you have a lot of it, if you made a lot of it, that's what dictates the rules of this world. And that's what it is. And sorry for James Earl Jones if they did use his voice or Vader's voice. Then again, you know, it's funny how just this desecrations can continue, and literally no one's going to have the self-control to stop it. So kind of just wasted all your time there, because even with all this legal stuff and this shit we just read, again, money is king. And if Epic and Fortnite, again, are going to keep getting, like, assloads of money off just microtransactions and in-game purchases, there's no point even voicing your opinion about it. But then again, that's a kind of airheaded society we live in, where people continue to support a company, a corporation, and if they have fault with it, they should actually nut up and shut up and not buy or support the game. That's just me. But we're living in a dystopia where, again, people aren't going to have the self-control or reserve to boycott Epic or Fortnite. So this is kind of cool. Whoever wrote this article by Zaneb Ahmed and edited by Kira Tanka, I guess cool, but at the end of the day, no one's going to do anything against a mega corp with millions of dollars. Unless if you want to get into some cyberpunk level, like corporate terrorism, which I doubt. That's a joke, by the way. Yeah, let's wrap this up here. Hopefully you found this interesting. And that's the gaming controversy to Epic Games faces backlash over voice policy. I'm going to be honest, this is a topic, if you're still here, that I don't really give a fuck about. Again, looking at the world and the other situations that we're facing currently, there's much bigger fish to fry than over Epic using James Earl Jones's or Vader's voice in an ad or a cutscene. See, this is the kind of like NPC shit. It's really on the larger scale of shit going on with Palantir, BlackRock buying up everyone's homes, and Vanguard and all that. This is really small potatoes. But if you're passionate about it, cool. God bless you. Godspeed, because you're going up against a mega corporation that makes millions a year, and I don't know, probably millions every season, because people have to buy the battle pass and get the skins. They have to get the skins and the V-Bucks, right? Exactly. See you next time. God bless. Stay happy, stay healthy. Thanks for watching.
They paint me as the outcast, the shadow in the flame, a rebel with a reason, won't play their crooked game. Politicians spin their lies, charlatans sell their schemes, Marxists preach their